And all this code right here is just commented out. So this is the path where this is happening. Okay guys, so this is the exact method that we need. I hope it works. Let's see. Welcome back. Today we're gonna continue talking about bypassing root checks for specific applications. In the previous video, we have talked about how to bypass this root check dynamically. But today we're gonna actually change the app. So we're gonna modify the APK file to just remove this check completely. Just to recap how the app works right now. So if we have credentials entered and we press the login button, it says root access detected. So we have two options, either to modify the app or run this app on unrooted device. Let's go ahead and change the app. In the previous video, we have already discussed the app called Jadx. This tool is used to decompile the app to see the Java code. And when we import the application into the app, we see the code like this in a Java way, not Smali code, not assembly code. By analyzing the APK, we can understand where the check is happening. So this is the main activity, and we can either look around and see where it is actually happening, or we can just open search and let's say type superuser APK. And let's see. So this is the path where this is happening. And now we see the function is device rooted, and it checks for those paths. As you can see in a system, if the app can find those paths, then it shows this notification, this toast message. In this case, it returns true, which means rooted. We know exactly where this check is happening. Now we need to go look into the assembly code and modify the flag there, so it always thinks that the phone is not rooted. We need to decompile it using the APK tool, so let's go ahead and try this. If you're confused at any point, you can actually go ahead and look at those notes. Basically, those are the commands that you need to execute to just do stuff with the APK file. Let's go ahead and type APK tool D to decompile it, appdebug.apk. And then output, well, let's say unpacked folder. Okay, so it's unpacked, and as you can see, it says classes.dex, classes 4dex, classes 3dex, and so on. It means that there are multiple folders corresponding to those classes that were actually decompiled. And if you go ahead here, unpacked, you can see Smali classes 2, 3, 4, and 5. We need to find where main activity is located, right? So if we scroll up, we can see here it's loaded from classes 3dex. That's where we need to actually take a look at. That's why we are opening Smali classes 3, and then this is where it is. We can see the main activity right here. So this is the exact file we need to modify. Let's go ahead and open terminal here and let's modify this file. Nano main activity.smali. Okay, so this is exactly what we need. Let's find this method. Okay guys, so this is the exact method that we need, is device rooted. Let's modify it. Well, this is the location where the check is actually happening. Right here, we need to change this one to 0x0, which will make this false instead of true. And then we need to type return v1. As you can see, v1 is the registry right here, and we're returning the false instead of true. This way, it will always return false no matter what. And I think this is great. Let's see how it works. As you can see, there is a bunch of code right afterwards, but those checks, super user check and all stuff right here, will not be happening, so it's gonna be ignored. If you want, you can clean up this stuff, but for this case, I think we're just gonna leave it and see how it works. Okay, let's build it back. We're gonna use APK tool once again to build it back. Instead of D, we're gonna use the P parameter. Now we're gonna type unpacked, and then we're gonna say output is gonna be the patched app APK. Let's actually go ahead and check the patched version using the Jadx and see how it works. Okay, source code, and let's see main activity. And then, as you can see, the isDeviceRooted method is now basically empty. It always returns false. And all this code right here is just commented out and it's not going to be executed anymore, which is great, which is exactly what we need. And now we need to sign the code. We need to sign the APK file, because if we don't do it, it's not going to be possible to run it on Android device. We can use either Uber APK Signer or some other tools. In our case, I believe this is the best way. So you can just download this app and run it. For myself, I've created an alias, like UberSign alias, and it always starts this tool, like Uber APK Signer.jar, because, well, I just want to easily type this one command and provide my APK file, and it's gonna sign it. So in this case, this is how it works. When I type UberSign and then the patched app.apk. It's gonna sign it. Okay, finished. This is exactly the APK file that we need to install on our emulator. Let's go ahead and do that. Okay guys, let's see how it works. I hope it works. Let's see. I'm gonna launch the app, type my credentials, and press the login button. Okay, yes! It worked. So basically patched everything correctly and everything works. This is exactly what I wanted. As you can see, it's quite possible to change the app statically, not just dynamically. So we have a lot of tools in our hands. Thank you guys for watching this video. If you like the video, please press the like button, consider subscribing, and see you soon.